Giant Science Sonda was Semua Quaba Beam so efidie no egusua da KFM TV na ye twa ye ho kobae no ogusua e kan ye ho ye hye nsem na sitew emfa mawo enedue e na Ghana mampani na nadodan kwa ekufu ado kopie mu wo mrahye bedwafie ni nyina mu no na chese the state of nation address no e na wode ekotu dwa ni nyina mu na niema hodo a bra ye de o mampani di bre no hye ne nsa ye so ani no niema hodo a wetimi aba beye enkukru hwiase ni niema wafemu bia odi aba bedu sam pempenso we no ene na chese oka ni nyina afo ano a odi ni nyina no ekowie mu ewo eye mrahye bedwafie o mo man ni so ehu de ye fa mu niema hodo a yetimi nyae na afeso niema hodo a so wo man ni nyina no kunchirgu nkrata so okokenkan ma adehia wonum kopie mu ewo eye mrahye bedwafie ho na odi tu dwa da wonum omoboa no ewo na mamu ni nyina se na ne nsem ne ba wieye no na odi nsem bi koma wonum a wo mosoto wo kantamanto hye won kramantem a sikado sopo ahwere o mo no nya asem keto akode ya konsem ekọ emom ne nsem ahodo a wo kire mu no eni.
Mr. Speaker, as my constitutionally mandated period as President of our country nears its very end, I come before this august House to perform my last official public duty. I'm grateful for the opportunity to give an accounting of my time in office, spell out the highlights of the state of our nation, and place on record the Ghana I'm handing over to my successor. In accordance with protocol and convention, it is good to see that my wife, First Lady Rebecca Akufo-Addo, Vice President Mahamadou Bawumia, Second Lady Samira Bawumia, the spouse of Mr. Speaker, Mrs. Alice Adjoa Jonas Bagin, Chief Justice Dr. Tokulu and spouse, and justices of the Supreme Court, the representative of the chairperson, Mr. Sam Okujeto, and members of the Council of State, Chief of Staff of the Office of the President, the Honorable Akusua Oseo Pare, and officials of the Presidency, Secretary to the Cabinet, Ambassador Mercy Deborah Karakari, Chief of Defense Staff of the Armed Forces, Lieutenant General Thomas Opon-Pipra, the Inspector General of Police, Dr. Gerald Akufu Dampare, and the various service chiefs are all present. The Speaker, the House is also duly honored by the welcome attendance of the former President of the Republic, John Ajikun Kufuor, former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, and the Dean and members of the Diplomatic Corps. Mr. Speaker, before I commence my message on the state of the nation, I want to put on record that I am deeply saddened by the devastating fire at Kantamanto Market.
And I was saying that so I was saying in some the state of the nation, Cassia, our KFM Cassan, for instance, some hot drama penny. Ninsama twato ne nkoma twato ne Ghana for DNA ene wode kwato dwana ebra Ghana man penny His Excellency Nana Adodan Akufo-Addo Adogaga Ado Premier can promise Sack Nation Abudani the Wamf what na no de sema to dwa Ado di the show boy no ana watching say nipa dodo na e kan say betumi anka amamra ye di bu oman Ghana eye afe ahankron ede okron mienu no enka penifon tumi infantena say na one mo enfanto apaso na wo mundo sodoso mo encherecha adwen nia emmo no one mo anyimfi mu nia wo behye mu kina no so no na eno no wo matumi ede ahye so na eno mo na Ghana man penny His Excellency na Nana Akufo-Addo ene de opiemu e wo mrahye bedwafie no no wo kire mu say he ebenifo akura kan de ato so ofiti prekope pause a moja ene eba enti we de obesre eye chiame hene a wono ene wo mrahye bedwafie banjo Speaker of Parliament say won hwe na omunya abotre won ka se ma omunye na mo mampamirika bia wono mo ekotuo no wono mo hwe na wono mo ntwom ho emfamfi ho ene o chem se hwe se akan mu ye ka se ne ofiti prekope epo ne se moja ana eba ene Latin mo nso ye ka na Festina lenti na se ofiti prekope ena opo se moja na eba na ade afre Latin kasem no ye ka na Festina lenti eno ena ade bobra fuma o se hasting slowly na se ye ne wano na ne gaga ye ya ope brofuna na ope Latin no
brofuna ye me de
o se hasting slowly
Hasting slowly.
Ena Latin here Festina lenti. Ena twi ni here ufiti prekoposia.
Moja neba.
Ntino. Ma penisa munya botre na munya no slow sa. Na ensakra bia mo pesa moye ewa amamra edi bo man ga na afia han krodo kromie no. Na munya na mampa mirika de enya de beboaye.
Yegusa weye State of the Nation address amampeni na nado da kwekufo ado ne nsem ahodo ne kotu dwa ewo emrahye bedwefie na sansem ni mu ano e na wo che se bra galamse ti atese wo manmu ani yegusoa ekwo no wo che se na onu begina mu bra oye mampeni e de ne nsasi ne kokoso obeku atia se be ya yensase yensu wanso ani yenkwaye ahodo no obi ense no sign sike bi ono pegu ni botom ntino wo kire se sai gina ye no siye na nya de se boa ne kra sansa wo hwe mpeso ahodo esu bebre na sai gina ye no siye no e ya de se nkofo bebre na anto aba ne ye amfa ama the New Patriotic Party NPP amenu kuni nto kire se sai gina ye no siye no na hu hia kra se wo betimi egina mu edi akon eye galamse ni sanse wono mo mu gina pray eye mrahye bedwa di bre wo mpeso ahodo ne so no eye tumi no vote na nkoye kra form mo ni nsem ochiremu no eni.
Mr. Speaker, in my inaugural speech at my swearing in my first term on 7th January 2017 and early on in that term, I made a public commitment to tackle galamsey, the phenomenon that has been ravaging our environment and destroying our lands and water bodies in the pursuit of mining our gold. I knew and was very much aware that fighting galamsey was not a universally popular position for a president to take. But I felt strongly enough about the need to protect our environment to say I was prepared to put my presidency on the line in the defense of our lands and water bodies. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the fight against galamsey led directly to the loss by my party of several parliamentary seats in the 2020 elections, and to the makeup of this 8th Parliament, which affected the implementation of my policy agenda and impacted the second term of my presidency. I welcome the many loud converts to the fight against galamsey that suddenly appeared in the run-up to the 2024 elections. And I pray that more and more of us get to embrace the need for the protection of our lands and water bodies.
Enti na no ho samo eno na de nsam dodo na no na etodwa etina no ene ye yi no atrapo tumi e de amamo na wo ebra mampeni di nsam e de etodwa wo wie ye a wotena ase na abra kwakodo se mrahye bedwa no edom kuma ba no de ni edom kese ba no de ni ene trene ahodo a mefam kire eye chief hwehwe ahodo a won wo mrahye bedwa fie ono no some of the two Jama Kekse bi na no na edom kuma ba no de ni eye Dr. Kesala to forcing o man nsa so na wo se chame hene a wo mrahye bedwa fie ma menka na minsi sudua people and say what is that embenifo kra kan say yedu amanfo so a na yakai yanom na mo kamia za amanfo so aga na fo bekai wo mo bekoyi enye de aga na mampeni His Excellency nana adodan kwakufa ado wo mo bekai ne beka ne chena na ngama sa de chiemu mpo ena hemachi de suom no wo meka no na eno na Dr. Kesala to force ya chemu se he wo hwe amamuo ene oman nchekire ya Ghana mampeni His Excellency na na dagokufu ado ene na mem eye na trakunwa wonu bebu ye na Ghana ni bie ni wo beka na ado enka ye pa de lie you never go remembrance bie ni ho eno oje nsa oyawo atete apinisie dadwene kwadana ne awahan a wode beto Ghana fo ne aho kire pa no enka ye pa de enya de obi abeka his excellency Nana Akufo-Addo meka ne ne na nka besa de chie ene ni nansa so Dr. Kesela to force enkyere mu ni.
Honorable Speaker, let me, on behalf of the NDC minority, thank His Excellency the President for his message on the state of our nation. But, Mr. Speaker, the unemployment situation in our country is at a critical point. Mr. Speaker, the Hansard will record me today. Mr. Speaker, the unemployment situation in our country is at a critical point. Yet, we did not hear a word from our president on this matter. Mr. Speaker, out of 33 million population, only 11.3 million are employed. This number includes peasant farmers. Mr. Speaker, the difference between the 33 million and 11.3 million is what I call ninja. No income, no jobs, no assets. This number have simply given up on their search for jobs because of years of frustration and disappointment. I conclude by saying that Ghanaians will not miss President Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Bawumia. We know you are going. We can only wish you bye-bye. We can only wish you bye-bye.
The State of Nation address na chese neno eno ne nsema hodo ebu fumpa ewo ye maimu ni nyina no na chese niema hodo amampani na nado danko Akufo-Addo waye no wodi ni nyina ekwa awiye ne pompon so no eno di kɔwie mu ewo ho nanu mu ena enka ne dom kese no ba no dani mi chon monyamfo Kwame na Alexander Afenyomaken ai nei yeyi ne said dom kuma no ba no dani ewo mrahye bedwafie no wode nsema hodo na etu dwa na ne nsemu no chese asenkofo bebre na kase Ghana mampin na nado danko Akufo-Addo eni afensu the New Patriotic Party MPP amenu ko no mbetena benwa ne so no enya de so mo ye bibia wo chese ahokyere eni niema hodo ankrofo famu no na chese nkoyie kura obi kasa obi chese oman ni mu ayedin sansemi no kase sene nkrofo so papape wo munya yo sanse wonye kura no betena so ye niema bebrebe a enitimi bu a Ghana de hye bebre na nti no nipa ya ade osayeyi o manyi na ye nso e ma omu nsei mampeni na nado dankwa Akufo-Addo di ne nsema hodo a wode kan no KFM TV yeto aso.
This is the man who in 1997 the Chamber of Parliament during the second Parliament of the Republic. Hansa testifies of his great work in the chamber of this house. Then, as students, we sat at the gallery to observe and to take inspiration from him. Mr. Speaker, through resilience, through firmness of conviction, he tried over and over again and made it to the presidency. Mr. Speaker, today he has fulfilled a constitutional obligation to boldly deliver for Hansa his records in office for the 8 years. Mr. Speaker, it may be that for some political expedience we may not appreciate what he has done for this country. But, Mr. Speaker, history, in its fair judgment, will state that there came an Akufo-Addo whose record in the educational sector of our country was unmatched and unequaled. Charity will be the utmost judge. And I repeat, soon and very soon, the Ghanaian people will see the true colors of this.
I was saying, Mama Kwabana, Yanto Akasiano, so Emfa, Emamo, na. Efia baso na yedi na otumfo so de wiobon no konkona ho na hu hiapa ye da so mra se beje fie na Abraham ampeni di nsam ni nyina tu dwa wieye na chimba ho no nso no wo mo kyerɛkyerɛ mo adwen nyina wieye ye nyina ye pie ye no ɛna oba na amanyo sem o man Ghana mu ba kwa wodi mu ntintima pa wo no na asem no so mo se wo twe na anji se ten enya do beje mu de biada no eye ningo pram na se beje ne woni onyamfo eye Sam Nate George wono ena wo kase no je enemra mampeni mra se beje aba oba ni nyina no asem futuro ena wo batu edigu mra se beje fo nani eni Ghana fo nyina ani ena se mampeni bo oba ne yese bra be kire oman no bobre ne gina pen eni ni nko animu ono eni da so oben ena wo hode ma oman no na kamiaza mampeni ba na afede wone na munchenchen sa na longo spring ene yi nchenchen na wone nam asem no pipo pa de wensie nim de biada wose nka wo bei na wache so oman no modern bo aban no ba ye no nia ye nie eno ye ba ko ye ko anim no oman no ye ko bankum anase ye ko nifa na mo ko nya se akwa se wo ko benku akasa ko nifa ena wone nam ena otwa na sa eno je za se ne asem na akwa no akwa se bisipa ne konwa ha ba ne yetase no banyansafo mu enti ensem na mampani de batu dwo mra hye fie no kamia se yemfuturo keke ene anwea no oba no sesa no kwan so odum mra hye fie no ene hu go mani so na George Samnate inchire mo de mani.
Leave the house. I mean, he misled the house is a house of records. He misled the house when the president claims that he took over a country where the power was off, the lights were off. That's not true. In 2016, there was no doom. So today, as we speak, we have a debt of 2.7 billion in the energy sector. So the president cannot say he's leaving with the lights turned on. The lights are on with a huge debt that's sitting there. You know, yesterday they had to come and hurriedly lay the appropriation on account because they realized the folly of their actions when they failed to do that before Parliament rose before Christmas, because it was only during the Christmas break that they realized that they had to pay external coupons tomorrow. And that's why they quickly came to Parliament yesterday to lay on account. That's the recklessness of this government. It's not because they love the Ghanaian worker. It's because they're going to default on coupons on the Eurobond. That's why they couldn't have paid without getting that approval yesterday. That's why they rushed the house yesterday. We ended up closing up at almost 8:30 p.m. yesterday. The president came to do a State of the Nations, failed to speak about the cathedral that he promised God, failed to speak about foreign exchange rates, the fact that he took over the currency, the US dollar at 4, and today the US dollar is around 7. To talk about petrol prices, failed to talk about any of the other things that affect the ordinary Ghanaian. The president did not just only come and peddle untruths, but he grossly misled the House. The president didn't say anything about the LGBTQ bill. He said he will sign it so long as the courts dispense of the case. The courts have dispensed of the case. It's been almost a month. So you see, the president clearly is completely out of touch. The president
Ete usiaye to asem ne so enfamao yegusua ewo mrahye bedwefie bra mampani na nado danko ekufuado guso ede ne nsem ahodo no tudwa no wono ankasa ne body ba guard ba ko a woni na ye adwuma ache ye pa na chese ene ogifru simpiani apa bia obehwe no na chese ogina na chi a wo boban ede ama no nanumu ena bra ogusua yi ne nsem ne ba ko ede to ho no eho na branti ogina ho bi ehu de esiye kutukum wemu na hwe ehon sem no ekoye de japa sanse bra na mampani gusue kasa no ena sa asemi esie nam soma speaker Ghana mampani abedi eche ni wono ma no mo wo dwumedie na sinyina no obi aye bom sanse omunim de ekoba ye ntia eya abrantie etimi mu no hwe ye meche Colonel Isaac Kamponsa wono ho asem ena making Colonel yo yes Colonel Isaac Amponsa aha no ho asem na making so ye ka bodyguards ahodo mo ebo eye mampani na nado danko akufu ado ho ban a odi mu tintima pa bro gina ne nan so na ene omunu hwe ye nkohwe de esi wo ho ni bi ene de ekoba ya sare hu semitimi sie na nyankopon ado mesi ye ne so no omu tabiri ne de ne kopie mu a omu hwe no gusu egina gina no hwe so obetimi esan so egina ne nan so biem nanso no bibie mu no Ghana mampani na nado danko akufu ado su jina ne nan su bi e de ne nsema hodo na etuja yenko hwe de si wo ho ne bimbra
of Ghana's democracy and development. Moreover, the Law House, a modern facility for the Office of the Attorney General, has now been completed. Mr. Speaker,
ba ekufaro ya dio
pa
na odun na so be so peja no say ase na be so ye
e so sa se won expect bibi na all of a sudden the obo ho ban ni momemu na hye na say
thank you and you say sometimes no ya na eji ya empenimfo no mfa we mfa nya de suade won say ye ko sit match a o mema nkole egi na wie musa town bedroom so afede na wekum and we say no it does stress e obre wa bre
we gina ne
na ra che ena won say hono so gina ho a enya afa na akwache ho akwaye ho bibi da bi so na we si wo sem no wo se bosom dada untumi shekimbo na ngabe we twa okon but nyame adum bibi anya ne die na ya nti wo say di ne eden
kind
okay oh na de say ana kan wo say de bi ya me kan say mi kire ya mo ntia say word no say na ya obehunu no sa na obebo no wo say me kan say Abigail Abigail because na di kan obi ehu asa na obebo no Abigail endi kolo ne
say na mi hu na na
Jimina meme kan ahede wa kan aheno akan timi ko it wo ayo edi eno no ba onim enyem nwanwa se ene Friday dom kuma no e bia omso metumi a press conference ochina our job 600 our na shebe fie ntino okay yeah here but mampeni kan de bi also we ja $8 million e de amaye ene ni sika de say Ghana ye wo
$8 million
yes
wow
ana bosi a waboni nyina $768 million
ne ko isi ko road na ko enti anyway do titi film kra ni shi
na maza na echire 8 no kra no ntumi ntima ne sana nka basa je wusi no ya be se na o man na ye nto akase no so na ye concern foforo mu na anu se ye to aba iwie ye ka mampeni di ni last state of the nation address akwa to dwa no brother Edwada ebe ye enimia on the 6th of January wohu ena mra shebedwafo ye to aba won nyina no wo mo de wo kọ eye mra shebedwa fie na yakwakọ yi chiame hene eni na be de ekirefo mienu na afa de wo motumi achi wo de ato wo meka ntam na ga se swearing in no ansa na ade achi eye opepon bosome de toso enson eye 7th January eno na enumu ena enrade ya ebeto dwaso go pie mu ewo asa pie mantem kofodua ade the National Democratic Congress eni samanyo ko no openia wo no ena wo gine mu epe mrashebedwa akonwa no de ma eni samanyo ko no Henry Buachi Yadom wo tebrim eye eneskumi awo no ena gine mu di ma the New Patriotic Party MPP amanyo ko no wade no kwa asem ni etiawa wo se court nhwe no mfa eye eso ento ne so na emano emma ne ho kwan enkom na hyebedwafo obi ma wono mo enkonko gini tumu sem na hyebedwani enya ade obepene na enu na ye kofodua court no tena ase wono mo tieti asem no mu alom se Henry Boache wasem yi eto asomo enti no se waka na sade a yete enya no nkwa Henry Boache sade osevo abatro commissioner se abatro nso anso na mo de ba no nukra bi anim yajitum anyeye sanso na clerk of parliament na hyebedwafie no wopani a wono na oye din twetwefo edemom no wojense onyi na skumidin emfemfimu emane nkogina ba bi de bi ada se wono eneye na hyebedwani edema ade hia wono mo ewa akwatia de nchembo mansini no de bi arada wochemu se abato no kwawie no ena skumi wono no enya 19,269 ena Henry Boache Yadom enya 17,206 na emo no uhwemu a kamia se abato no nso anso no wo kata se dwirimu die bi koso enu nti no ya se na ba enu na nso ma asem di bia ne chem sampa ena skumi ne ebe ewo o se men konko gina ba bi de bi ada se wo na ya to abade ama na se wo na ya mra hyebedwani ede ma ade hia wo no mo ewa akwatia enu akire jai se wo bo won asafo hene se wo ena mra hyebedwafie no o kwantimi no ka se de wo mo de so ede ato na so se nya ade obenya ho kwan akom na hyebedwafie hobi ma me no ka se yi yakwa gino ede ato wo mo tieti asem no mo na ne besi no wo ma be ntini akosi na skumi se akwatia wo mo ni MP wo mo ni MP ntino sis nyame aduma ye ko parliament aye hu na skumi e wa akwatia
asewo
thank you
yo ebusa yengina we so na ye nton krambra sisi ade aka echire nyina ne ye ba ye de beso mu.
Are you a musician, church, band, school, or an audio engineer looking for professional audio equipment for your work? Don't worry. KFM Music Center has all the equipment and instruments you need. We have from drums, keyboards, combos, guitars, microphones, PA systems, brass instruments, studio equipment, lighting systems, among others. We import all kinds of electronics and musical instruments from top brands such as American GLS, Behringer, Sabian, Yoga, M Audio, Nutric, Tama, among others. You can locate KFM Music Center at Zongo Lane between the Benjilo Building and the Children's Hospital. You can contact us on the numbers displayed on your screen. KFM Music Center, where quality costs less.
Yes, I saw that was more aquaba being found by KFM TV. So ye chegu abe fontin time video no Facebook KFM TV GH afa so YouTube nso ye wo ho KFM TV GH so aye ho na niema hodo a etwegu wa ha no betimi so enye bi wo ho ye to ansem ne so ne dia akopie mu e wo ho masuansemu na sentemu ne beda adwa se ne Ghana Education Service and afen so waye kedwuma yeku no pinche bi ekoso mu ntem ne nyina no eke bia na no sombo 180 million Ghana cedis and na omode omo e wo so omutua enu tina chese mofra no so hwa na omatre ye wasi no sebe ombe jai eye results ni unsunsuanso na ba betu dwama mofra ne so hu omugina bie no ne no aye boachi bi edin sanse omo twen sika no ansa no me jai results ni mu e dia ba betu montinim sebe awofo ne eye mofra no omo twon sohwe no omo so ehu de omo beye e dia fa ho. And I'm a conference of heads of assisted secondary schools me churches ye twaniti our friend no womo de nkrata koma Ghana Education Service senke be ya sa sika twitwiri die eda ho no komo bom homode no muntua ni nyina fan free ho na chese omo hwemu ana data ye dia beto montini mu se mofra no enko school no enkomo ntwentwen date no ense no munyika ni nyina fan free ho sanse sansem ni mu ebede adwa se ometua emufa enumu na Charles for chese enkomo ntua ni nyina free ho na date omo bebie no na komo ntwentwen sen na brom de nkrata efi o makache beto montini mu no Ghana Education Service so di bi efi o maso ya aba e chese date o masha to ho so mo hwa ma mofra no akosuku no sa date ni pepepe e na mofra ne beko ensema Charles for trobai no mate o makenkan ne so nya ade o mbefa ne na afa ne china e wo se mofra ne susu timi kosuku intene due ya no senior high school for ne wo se wo mo results no mo de to aso kosuapon afin so BEC for so mo so de to aso ko to aso suku on the 8th and on the 3rd ne due into mo che se enya ade o mbefa o mesi o mugina ye nti sa pepepe e no mo ye no
na we no mo ye mi no almost first track, second track, third track. When you first track for Echo, that is JHS 1 for no more core ya move fiance and echo to Aban. But almost more form 2 uniform training there. One more match.
Match?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Green track over the track maybe track one and American year to name say track but na dey school mu track enti no wo mu ko na form 1 for no wo mu ko SHS 1 wo mu na ene wo no more reporting na mo green gold no enti red for na ekọ no say red mean stop, yellow mean get ready, green mean go and go enti no wo mu ko wo mu aka na wo ko match. Yeah, until school no near idea. It's just a review bem. Review ni dear. Moya den ebeba. Na yan focus ya no fan kwa pomodin semo emfama mo na nso be kwa ya sabi ahoro bi no mu. Na apomodin enseche ba no. Me ba nche health insurance wo de kwa na so na yanje na kada ho na ban de ka na ban sa na no na ka say no kwanche for penny ya de National Health Insurance Authority NHIA onmonyam for Dr. Da Costa wono na de wa ba bonten je he bia ban de apomudin aso ye bia wono de apomudin ensi echi aba no edidi dwuma no wo motwa ni nyina wase ni aka chire kura last one o ma ye ni dogodogo no 270 million Ghana cedis e no mo release e de ama apomudin so ya hodo nya dia apomudin enchire se ba wo mu edidi ayasabi ahodo no wo mu di ayasabi aka bia bio wo ma che ni nya na Dr. Da Costa che hu se wo obanima abosome da edi kan wo mfimpenu na edi onu enan 1st December 2024 no one more release 200 million Ghana cedis and a demo say one more fan na obubu obusumi any ahene me bosumi no a kabia buy no one more fante MVF ho now obubu obusumi no mu no one more release 335 million Ghana cedis no one more edema say hu mo bosumi no a kabia omode no one more hwe no fan tuatua na ahene me bosumi no mo e won fimpenu e edi onu nan no e no mo release 402 million Ghana cedis na say no wo e de amomo oforisuo e na afi bosumi ahodo na eto aso no amenyina ento keka se ska nyina bomu a na say 1.2 billion Ghana cedis ene ne ka na Ghana ban de apomudin so ya hodo a wo mo de apomudin ensi echire aba no wo mo de dwuma National Health Insurance no ene de wo motumi di sai ka ne nyina de awonte ne emo bia mfa health insurance anasa apomudin se echire aba no mfa nko sabi ahodo bi ne enkoka se na wo de ka na we de enkova me pa to se de health insurance no cover bibia wo koje wardro krara kona koje esa aban ga otua
tuani nyina afiri
otua ni nyina kabia ni ho Ti why be ba ga say ka ho no na say wo no oye this is from nanim
Yo, ye free asem ni mo na ye to asem ne so emfama. Abrantie bi eba ne say ye twro book se ne abrabo mu nsem niema hodo a wafemu niema bi a wehu won ani so de ekoso obi abrabo mu ne nyina no otimi twro no aye ni book baako na ne ode egu montini mama wono ma wo mo wo hon so metimi atobi akenkan ne nyina mu na tese ne troma brabo ene se ne bibia bekoye ede ama omo abrantie ni din eye Julius Cole na Julius Cole say sisi ode book for crab abontin a etire da so no eye mind the mind na say adwene no na book ni mu na say bibia bekoyi amaw abrabo no de wuye bia no bibia bedida na akwemu edi amawa etode bia ya na enya akonkyere ne mpaibon kwa na emu madwene ne so eka ho wo se da ne da wo sori adwene no esi bibi so enye se wa sori na ni na emu saa uni embia uni na emu ade echi wada no asori na wo se ekoba saa o se da bia abrabo ne ntisa na emum no wo se adwene da ne da enye edwuma mawo sa adwene kra anye edwuma ya na nipedua ne bre. It's a chest adreno dane de was say a fast a sharp who be biana capture na kakai who one year mania maybe whom na no nebe boama brabo bono etmia boko e dia mount or chest and no ne shane in crying near what this sa bookie ba montine the mind ning na no watch say mebuno no send it say baby na fa so your money man e bi wo ha na ntwe e no ene shane in crying near what did the mind bookie abato a drama so yene ne kasai ne nsema what did to jano any ni no any
Julius Cole, and I'm the author of The Mind. The reason why I wrote the book, the truth is, I traveled 2018, and the country I went to is not developed. It's a developing country, and then I had the privilege to work with the youth. So whilst working with them, I realized that most of them had a meritocratic thinking. Their thoughts were not right. That's one. And so I realized that I was in the same situation. The way I thought was my thoughts were wrong. I was thinking things the wrong way, even though I thought it was the right way. So I was depressed. As I said earlier on, I was lost in my own world and I didn't know what to do. So I sat down and I said, what could be the solution? So I started praying. Then I realized that it wasn't all about praying. It was about thinking rightfully. So there's a portion in the book that I said, prosperity does not come through prayer and fasting only, but positive engagement of the mind. So the more you engage your mind, that's the best way you can be prosperous. As a message came out today, to get prosperous, you have to use your mind rightfully. So those are the few reasons why I wrote the book, The Mind. To help the youth out there not to have this meritocratic thinking, but to think better of themselves than others see them. They should see themselves better, because people out there will not always be there to encourage you.
Enti some mind the book no ho there ene na mo amoto galamse no mo so mo mind cause as obega say asem na be share mind the book yeni niame be kan ya as ebobra ti as adweno nya adwuma nti no ama honam no ene ade hye wo bonsa wono mo ebre na bonsa bra wono mo ebre nyan se Ghana Water Limited na we na no man company Ghana ana sanete is here from sir Ghana Water Limited but why GWL Ghana okay maybe I say o ma say bibia dey get no Ghana Water Limited for na wono mo e ka say na mo kire mu say ukopie mu e wa toy mantemu eye takwa ensoye mu eye mensini no mu a ensuo ba kwa eno na o hwe o ha mu ngichemu adioson anumu a etumi mo omu nsuo no eye bonsa na ameno ka say bonsa no wo motum tu a wo motum nyina ne say enam fama gudi a ye no mutu amfa mra kwan so aye kan say galamse gala no wo mudwumedi o mudi no amaze say nsuo no enya sonson nti sa wo kono mo a ede yare ene wo ha na ede bebreo enti anamontu say Ghana Water for tu nyina ne say wonu betumu na womanya bre ne adaje na ensuo no emu nsesaye ne nsakra bi eso mo ye no wɔn tumi ahwɛ akeka ne nyina no de esi ani enti wɔ ɔpɛpɔn mu sumi dɛ ɛtɔ so mmienu ɛyɛ nnurade ya ɛna mpanimfoɔ wɔn ɛyɛ district manager no ɔwɔ takwa wɔde nsɛm no ɛde baeɛ na ɔkyerɛ sɛ sɛdi anamonto a Ghana waterfoɔ tuo ne sɛ ɛyɛ mɔnsra nsuo no wɔn mu ɛbɛhwɛ na wɔn mu etu mu na plant manager ɛyɛ Paul Bawa wɔne nsɛntwerɛfoɔ atwi nkɔn na ɔkyerɛ sɛ wohwɛ mu a bɛyɛ nipa baako ɛbrɛ biara gallon no ɔpɛpɛpɛpɛ baako ɛyɛ 1 million gallons ɛna de biara nipa ɛyɛ mpim num ɛne ahanan wɔn mu didi dwuma wɔ hɔnom na ɛsɛ dɔm amfa nyɛ dwuma koraa no na ɛsɛ 5,400 cubic meters ɛne nsuo mu de bɛyɛ adwuma anaasɛ wɔn bɛyusu dɔm bɛyusu paa deɛ na ɛsɛ ɛyɛ 1 million gallons na ɛsɛ nea ayɛ deɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ bɛtumi ayɛ adwuma nti no wɔn mu atu mu ansa na mpanimfoɔ kɔhwɛ na ɛyɛ nsakraeɛ ne nnuro bi a wɔn agu mu ɛne emu efi ne nkekaeɛ biara no wɔn mɛhwɛ na biribiara no tumi akɔnka ntumi no kasa ɛkɔ wɔ pie mu ɛwɔ takwa ɛnso yɛm atɔyɛ ma ntɛm a ɛyɛ bɔnsa ɛyɛ nsukɛseɛ no ɛkyɛ nsuo mu a ade hyɛ wɔn mu ɛwɔ atɔyɛ ma ntɛm ne ne mpɛsoa ne nkuro atwa wɔn ahyia no yɛtu mu ɛnam fam egudi a yɛtu a ɛmfa mmara kwan so ntia.
Yefri galam say ensem no mu na yento asompem konsem foforo mu emfa mawo eno ada na ebede adwa se odi weni kyeremu o kantamanto eno won kramantam mu heya eja to ho ama so to ahodo e wo ho de ahye se dworobe dwedifo e wo ho no wo ma amfa panie kora wo ho na obi dwa aguo no na obi su dwa asore eno mu na aba bede dwa se wo kopie mu wo ho a scrap dealers wo ma mo sesa eye nade ibi aha eni afensu wono ma mo ye kaya ye ne nkrofo bi no mo wo sa mpotemu ho no ne biaya eja hyehye ne course no force ahodo a ahye ne de ntumi anhye ne bi no ene omu gumo mo sesa ne dendende anya asem keto akra na numu na ade hye binum ka se Ghana fo ankasa times ya na se ye hu se ne ye suban ne ye ne ye binum etie sanse wonua ho aka obi hu akiri ni sei na nya wo de wo be hya kwa widie mu ne de wo de be dress ya ne nam ho no chese no na hia obi dwa ewuo no na obi de ekoso enti wo hwe screen ne so ana chese dwedifo kaya yefo ene scrab fo mo sesa nade no se so to ahodo e hye ye na ye containers no mo so twitwa na mo so akwa we se be ombenya sikade gu omo botom afin so ntade ahodo antimi anhye no kaya yefo no nyina so na emu omo yi ne dendenden se ja ne be hye no se be ne de bi krama hye omachi ena omo di judge na nimu a chese omo yi ntade no ai ho nsem KFM TV yede mo amane bono yede esomo inti kantamanto sesei no de akosie wo ho so to ne de bebre na na ahye edwedifo nso no gujempa empanyifo yegu so ehwe anim so mbe bibi e de afasa ansemi e
ntiman kasa bebre na na ahye ne nyina na ahye oba akokra nka bebi omo wo ne de menim sa wa wo tumi akoda ba me makoho ho no dampan je ze ana dansini ba kwa me koye na me ni di nko no ro cheun se anajo no ebo nondu elo mudum kanea ewo de ko kanta enti beye donko ayi ma chi ho no no oso mudum kanea no mu se mranche bi ono na e kan dansini na sem na ne mu se elo se mranche bi aba na fe na we gina ebi mu kra keka se ase ebo apayo se gan dangbe fon so mo jo masase enu ntina ya ke atesem edi was say ya no choso chale boys muma moni eden enna ho according to guy no say muma moni eden enna ho edi was say bo one na ba we no was say enye say o say as a fire for no keka say gas o say enye gas o say e from bibi say dynamite to say bibi as a tina aha edi was say o say janu so ha boom na ebi asan so ha boom edi asa edidedidem na gas be eyi cylinder be na be power ha na ebi akọ power ha na ebi akọ power bibi fofo enti na asem na penifon he na won na was answer no mo na the Traders Advocacy Group of Ghana e twanti aka say tag wo mo so mo say asem no de eya asefesem eya reho pa enti ene wo mo nyina wo mo ye dwadefo die wo mesere pa say asoye a wo mo no mo hwe ye dwade esem so e wo man Ghana mu ha no trade ministry wo no mo hwe say wo mo be bo ma ba nwem sanso na Ghana Enterprise Agency, any disaster management agencies, local authorities, any Kukwahuraka, and after the President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Womunina Omebwa, na Mwebia, one. Woman family woman says I once any Shukrana Sebi, Eddie our Posan and Saint one more hair. Naka Clebio be one more engine. I tramp one tramp was and say, yes, you a so cuckoo, and a yama, and I to Adisha one more I walk Antamantonin in Pesuaso. Yes, say, Unia body say ash and now once on why day, what's I ensure Eddie see with your home. Na eni boy ko tremunti no wo mesrese mpanimfo betumi ahwe na emwe bi edimu na sefata no wo betumi ede ama wo monti wo nso advocacy traders of Ghana for wo nso monsema wo de abetudwa eno no
sansem no emua ena franka tuni ede ma new force amenu ko no bra na wonom prema mpani dibre no negine mu ma new force amenu ko me che na kwa mi bedi akochada wakwa kopie mu ewo biaye a jahihye koso kantamanto edi sika no esombo 50,000 edi akwa akomedwedifo so munsom no monso de o mahwere no mo fanti o mo kaso kakra esu amom na nso na eden a ebetimi aye bibi edi amom de kopie mu ho no nchemu we e na odi tudwa
Adia Masha say is to raise funds for them. Intimidate old 50 million Ghana, I 50,000 Ghana. Rabbit, Medebaba Sigamo, in the beginning of the token, Amedema and before Boha said, how do you start this? How do we build this? Ghana for Kakrabia Mobianos, Mfanka, Nayentimi, and Pambua, Nancy, Nagan for Juma, Moyano, Mutimi, and Sanyam, and Yabim. Now, Mesra Abino so said, Oman and Nimpo, assemblymen, any mayors, any decision makers of whole area has it. Measures linked to hope. Insurance yadi here pa. So we appetite to a grana. And when we are betting charges we are much charge of more. Insurance protection back up. And actually we say here. And for ya we was name mono o wetimi enya bibia o wetimi dia ko eh bibia except Ghana entare dodo empaboa dodo bags dodo na ni sika o wetimi atom ade mono e wo shop we dem who can tamanto say Ghana yankasa ye mo ene ha say na nyen ne pe ne
kwa mi be dia ko ye be da se ne akwa me dia akwa ye no woman makana sikafo krum ha entimi se mehwe na ya ne mpenifo atena se manager mo Mr Terry ni woman makana na yenso yenfe bi nko KFM na yenso yenfe bi nko ko so yonko da na oda ara na wosere me ka na wosere
no cre
account ntu ana account enti no ye ya enti no me ye wi e be kwa hwe manager na ye ni na akotena na what's a counter na hwa na boys no and guess no mko gina ye anti no ehwe na yanko business edwedi ensem na ene mampani ko gina mra hye fie no na manfo what's the war ba na amwa no aso wo so the economic measure eba ye fence man ko fence Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia what the neighbor after my ba ya wo ye no ho digita sa na no na da go gufa do just he o man sani e bra bi o kan ye 2016 say ye tisika so nso come dey no still Ghana ye tisika so Ghana nya o hia man o ehia Ghana ne ehia Ghana china what Ghana we get do cash kudi laja sika no e hye ye nto man penin sema what it to dwani.
Country with gross international reserves of almost $8 billion United States dollars. This is more than the $6.2 billion United States dollars of gross international reserves my administration inherited in 2017. Economic growth. The noise will not shut out the statistics. And I intend to put the statistics on the record of Hansa.
Yeah, to answer me, so you call a house pensemu. Aha. Na kantamantu jashishi e call so no. Abranti ebi din trende pa. Ma work any needing or enyum tuni. Na chese oye up and coming artist. Oguswa ewa andaji a wobo nyum ne basen krofo bebre na behu ni nyuma ene ne nyum papa wobo. Na bra kantamantu shi na abranti na kwa akogina ho. Abo nyum foforo crowd the music video ahihye so. Na bro the video ne beto montene so nkofo so pa na enya asem keto asanse ni brese ya ba eho na akogina akoyi nsire nkwa akoye ne emebinu ensem fata Ghana for so pa ne pa yenkohwe video sene ne de course ewo ni music video ni bro kopie mu ewo kantamanto bia ya eja to ho no. Enti abrantie ma work no okogina kantamanto him nipa him Ghana flag ne nyom foforo de abedwa man so ne ho no kodan ne di Ghana fon so edi ne dwuma pa enti e ho nsem no eno no
penifo se obi eyi ase no obi ani ho eyi enti na se no na bebi a otwede ampo basaya don so abo ne sesen na wo no ane puna papa bi no na sasa bonsa atam ni momone na wada akoto jaso na wo hu ni se hwe oze edini na ma work ane o
yo
ane you work anga say we talent microfinance me kan say bra sika hu sem bia no ba me pa cho wo mehwe na wo mo de ama na bibia na tumi akonkan nti tu anamo na bra mantemu du ni nyina enkran ha we hu adabra ka dance bar stop one ma bra ne mo sika na fa de ujuma.
Yo, I think so. KFM Musical Center instruments bia wo hia no asori ankra dwumeko mu hia instruments de dwume ho na wo se wodi weni eche dada batek up wo mo so eboaye wo sa kwan so dwumeko miensen ne nanwumre wo mo eso ya sene boy echido.
Ente busia ene efiada ye so ne akọ na nyame admo china memekọ asori mekwa so the New Life SDA Church or Commercial Bank here say ho na mekwa so nti nyame admo china ne ye wo all white Sabbath praise.
Okay.
All white Sabbath praise ho no mo na nyame admo china be kwakọ esum o china nso na New Life praise no ye be pa ho ntuma na mo na nwumre no ma me mfa ncha kase emfa ma Royal Gallery fo nyina Royal Gallery ewo kaswa opekuma se wope niama yedi ya yefro ahenema nananum atena akonwa ahensem niama nyina de Royal Gallery CEO her Royal Highness Dr. Nana Kum Krampa Nana and you remember my special good evening. And come on, send ye din na no. Me say ya shafi ya se de oba na yetumi ayadwuma na bibia ntino ahwennie ahenema kenteni ne aka kanya de Royal Gallery Castle Pekuma Dr. Nana Kum Krampa her Royal Highness wono na kofa ba ne kwankyere for peni ebusua edi ameje so odiyifo ya Charles still igbe krache fialengo one and then you may mini colonel
Efia fosia odia homa sir bidi utimi so for me mefia ya da wasi bebre so je bre now share now see ya crowd. Hey Charles.